I refused to let my 16-year-old daughter get in the car with her best friend's older brother after prom. Simon was 19, popular, and everyone thought he was the perfect gentleman. He'd graduated from our high school the year before, played varsity football, and had this charming smile that made all the moms think he was such a sweet boy. He'd driven Kate and her friends to movies, mall trips, and school events for the past 2 years. All the parents in our friend group trusted him completely. Kate had been best friends with his younger sister Emma since middle school. They were inseparable, practically living at each other's houses. Simon had always been the protective big brother type, giving the girls rides when they needed them, helping with homework, being genuinely helpful around both families. That prom night, Simon offered to drive Kate and 3 other girls to the after party at Madison's house. Her parents were out of town, and it was going to be the event of the year. All the kids were going, and most parents had already agreed to let their daughters ride with Simon since he was responsible and didn't drink. But something in his eyes when he looked at Kate that night made my stomach turn. The way he smiled too long when she walked down the stairs in her dress. How he'd positioned himself between her and the other girls in our living room, making comments about how beautiful she looked, how grown up she seemed. His hand lingered on her shoulder when he helped her with her wrap. "Mom, you're being ridiculous," Kate said when I pulled her aside. "Emma's coming too. It's literally her brother. I've known him for 3 years. He's like family." But when I asked Emma directly, she suddenly got sick and wasn't going anymore. Simon insisted he could still take the girls. It was no problem at all. He seemed almost eager for Emma to stay home. Every parent thought I was completely overreacting. "He's been driving kids around for years," Karen, Madison's mom, said when I called to express my concerns. "You're being paranoid. Simon's one of the good ones." "I trust him more than most adults," said Lisa, whose daughter was also supposed to ride with him. "He's never given us any reason to worry." The other moms started texting each other about my helicopter parenting. Kate was mortified and furious when I insisted on driving her to the party myself. She ignored me the entire 20-minute ride, texting angrily about her psycho mom to her friends. At red lights, I could see her messages. "My mom is literally insane. She thinks Simon is some kind of predator. So embarrassing." I dropped her off feeling like the worst parent in the world. Maybe I was being paranoid. Maybe I was damaging my relationship with my daughter over nothing. I sat in the driveway for 10 minutes after, questioning everything. Was I just projecting my own fears onto her life? Had I ruined her night over a harmless instinct? I wanted so badly to believe I was wrong, but that sinking feeling in my stomach wouldn't let me breathe. At 2 a.m., I got a frantic call from Emma's mom, Patricia. Emma was crying hysterically, saying she'd lied about being sick because Simon had been making weird comments about Kate all week. How he'd asked Emma about Kate's dating life, what she wore to bed, if she'd ever been drunk before, whether she was still a virgin. Emma had tried to warn Kate earlier that day, but Kate thought she was just being a jealous little sister trying to cause drama. Simon had been telling Emma that Kate was developing into a real woman and that he wanted to help her experience things. Patricia was in tears. I had no idea. Emma was too scared to tell me earlier because she thought I wouldn't believe her. She only told me tonight because she was terrified about what might happen to Kate. The next morning, Kate found me crying in the kitchen. "Mom, Emma texted me everything Simon had been saying about me, and what he'd planned for last night when he thought I'd be drinking at the party." She hugged me tight, tears streaming down her face. "I'm sorry I called you psycho. Thank you for trusting your gut when I couldn't see what was right in front of me." Emma said he'd already bought condoms and everything. Sometimes the danger comes from people you've known for years, people who've earned your trust specifically so they can break